Welcome to Mishna study Masachet Kilayim, Perek Dal Mishna Zayin. Over here in this Mishnah, we're going to speak about if a person plants one row of vines in his field, and another row is planted in his friend's field, right across the path. Do they combine? Are they considered one vineyard right now? If they're considered one vineyard, then two things. One is you have to now distance 4 amot if you wanted to plant any grain near it. And secondly, is you're not allowed to plant anything in between. So that's important. Now, do they combine or do they not combine? That's what our Mishnah is going to speak about. The person plants one row in his field. That's a row, that's not a vineyard. But now, and one row planted in his friend's field. Now you have 2 rows. 2 rows is considered a vineyard. But let's say you have a derech yachid is a private path, or derech harabim, a larger path. Rambam over here says it's 16 amot, and 16 amot is a little troubling. I'll point out why in a second, but let's just keep going through. Vegader, or a fence, shu namuch me'azara tvachim, 10 tvachim low, under 10 tvachim, under 10 tvachim. Hare elu mitztarfot. These 2 rows of vines, combine to form a vineyard. Now you're not allowed to just distance 6 tvachim, you have to distance 4 amot from it, and you're not allowed to plant in between. But let's say the fence was 10 tvachim high, gavoa me'asara tvachim, and on mitztarfot, that's not, they don't combine, right? Even if they're close to each other, they don't combine because there's a fence in between. Now it's considered 2 separate rows, it's not a vineyard. Rabbi Yehuda says, if you go ahead and you like literally intertwine, you mix the branches on top, the vines on top of the fence, right, where they touch one another. Right over here, the picture really isn't touching, but if you make it that it touches one another, then they would be mitztaref, right? Then they would be they would combine with each other to form a vineyard, right? So that works. That all makes sense. I would just point out, we said over here that a derech harabim, even if there's a path of the public, it's a public road in between, right? Even so, these would be mitztaref, they would combine. Now Rambam says this road is 16 amot. 16 amot is big. It's very big. It's even the size that we mentioned of the karahat hakerem, where we said if you have a vineyard with a spot, a bold spot in between, right? This a plowed out area in between, 16 amot. We said if it's 16 amot wide, you're allowed to plant in between. You're allowed to plant 8 amot in between, we said. So it's a little troubling that Rambam over here says 16 amot. A lot of the mefarshim deal with it. Firstly, I would point out that Rambam in the Mishnah Torah already himself says that this public pathway is 8 amot, right? He doesn't go with 16. So the halacha, it's really 8. If it was 16, according to the halacha, it would be considered enough of a space, enough of a break, seemingly like the karahat hakerem, right, that we mentioned in the first Mishnah, this perek, where you are allowed to plant in between. The Or Sameach, the Radbaz, different Mefarshim give different answers of why Rambam actually said 16 over here in our Mishnah.